Okay, so let's talk about GKS interview.
Sure.
Okay, did you have an online or in-person interview?
I had an online interview.
Online. Okay, because of the COVID-19 pandemic?
Exactly.
Okay. How many interviewers are there?
There were six of them.
Six or oh,
Three,
there's a
yeah,
lot.
three, right? It was stressful for me. Like there were three Turkish people and three Korean people, and like four of them were professors at universities in Turkey, and two of them were government officials. One of them was from the Ministry of Turkey, and the one of them was the head of Korean Culture Center in Turkey.
Oh, okay. But definitely you had a lot of interviewers. When
Yes.
I interviewed other GKS scholars, there are only like three to four interviewers. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Wow. I can see it's very competitive in Turkey.
Exactly.
Mm.
They usually try to have like professors from different fields so they can ask students like related to their own field.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, yeah.
So was one of them related to your field too?
Yes, like he was a professor from the international relations department. So
Oh,
yeah, he was the toughest interviewer of my interview.
I'll ask you more about it a little later.
Yeah, sure.
And were you the only interviewee?
Yes, and I was the first candidate like in the
First.
interview. Yeah, so
Wow.
more stressful.
You must be really worried.
Exactly.
And how long was the interview?
I think it took like maybe like 15 to 20 minutes. I'm not really sure, but between, yeah.
Okay. Well, comparing to how nervous you were, the length of the interview wasn't too long.
Yes, exactly. It was
Good.
ideal.
Hmm. And how was the atmosphere during the interview?
Actually, like interviewers were like smiling and they were friendly. Like when they're asking their questions, they were trying to comfort me. So it was actually nice. In the beginning, they have asked me questions in Turkish. Like they asked me to introduce myself in Turkish, and they asked the name of the ambassador of Korea to Turkey. Sorry, ambassador of Seoul, but
Oh,
like the Turkish guy, his name, because like I was,
Turkey's ambassador in Seoul.
yeah, exactly. Do you know his name? Because like you're applying for the international relations department, so maybe you should know. And thankfully, I knew his name, so it was like
Really? How did you know his name?
because like I was like following them on Instagram, the embassy site. So
How
thankfully, I knew
random.
his name.
How random it is.
Yeah,
Such
thankfully,
a random question.
exactly.
Were they
And
surprised?
then
Oh, how did you know his name?
exactly, like she was surprised. Oh great, you know his name. So
Wow.
so then like she asked me some other questions about my major, and then they switched languages to English and then to Korean. So they have asked me like questions in three languages in total, and
Wow.
the atmosphere was a little bit tense when they have started to ask me major related questions, like theoretical questions. And then they were like more relaxed when they were going to end the interview. They were just asking me more random questions like, do you like Korean food? Do you think that you can adapt to Korea well? How are you going to like overcome your problems in Korea? Those kind of like basic questions.
I'll tell you when I'm selected.
Right.
You must feel like you're doing a conference in interpreting. Like
uh
yeah, dealing all three languages in one
right,
setting.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice
my brain
practice.
was divided.
Nice practice for you.
Right.
And so so do you remember some other interview questions you received?
Yes, actually, I can remember most of them.
Okay, cool.
Uh,
So what are the
yeah,
like most important questions to share with our studying Korea dreamers?
yes. As I said before, I have changed majors. So it was
Mhm.
actually a risky decision because like a lot of people who have applied to GKS and like they tried to change their majors, actually like most of them got rejected from several universities, especially in Turkey. So they were not recommending people to change majors, like especially the old applicants. So I was really like considering my decision if I'm doing it right or not. And in the interview, the international relations professor, he looked at my resume and he told me that, okay, so you have studied translation studies and then psychology, but now you're going to apply for the international relations department. But like people, they're just having 4 years bachelor's degree in the international relations, and then they're going to the grad school. So how are you going to compensate those 4 years? Like you have to convince us that you have the basic knowledge of international relations. So then he started to ask me very theoretical questions in the IR field. Like I think one of the questions was, can you analyze the East Asian politics based on the realism theory, like the theorism ideology in international
Very
relations?
specific.
Yes, very specific. Like, and also like he asked me a question about Samuel Huntington's theories, like very major related detailed questions.
Mm-hmm.
And
How'd you answer them? Did
like
you answer them right?
I did my best. I'm not really sure like if they were really satisfied with my answer, but he told me that, oh, I was kind of like nervous at that second because like too many theoretical questions, so probably they have realized that I was really nervous. So he told me that, okay, do not panic, you're just doing great right now, you can just explain whatever you know about this topic basically. And I have just like started to tell them what I know about, especially like Samuel Huntington, his theories, and they were okay, good.
Oh,
So
so
it was
did you look it up before the
no,
interview?
no, I
Did you know about
coincidence,
Samuel
yeah,
Huntington?
yeah, I actually like did a random reading like back in bachelor's. I took a world history class when I was a freshman, so we read about Samuel Huntington. Like it was also a random coincidence, so I knew about him a little bit, thankfully. Yeah.
So I've just realized that what you do may sound like stupid to other people, but it can actually be very valuable.
Hopefully.
Yeah, do things like random, like do something random, can look stupid to other people, but
Mhm.
you never know, right? It was
Right.
useful.
Exactly.
It was useful during the interview, right? So
Exactly. Like you cannot really calculate like what kind of questions are you gonna get or from what fields. So it's actually like good to know from several fields, or like good to be equipped with several, field knowledges. So it was actually like paid off, even though it was not really planned.
so was the professor Turkish or Korean?
Yes, he was Turkish, but he asked me all the questions in English.
Oh, okay. I
Mhm.
see. And what other interview questions? You
Um,
remember?
I think they have asked me like my post-graduation plans, or like what kind of contributions I can make for two countries, Turkey and Korea, and why did I choose this major.
Mhm.
And then they asked me some Korean questions, but they were like not really GKS related or like grad school related questions. They were more like trying to understand my level of Korean, I guess.
Okay. All right. And what are some tips to ace an interview?
I think even though you are not, you should look like you're confident and you should look like what you're doing.
Mhm.
So like if you hesitate in front of the interviews, like if you act like if you don't really know what to do in Korea, or like what kind of classes you're going to take in Korea, if you're not sure about your like major or your university, like those kind of things make you kind of like a less potential good student in their eyes. So I think like one of the most important things is um, to be able to look confident and knowledgeable about what you're doing. And they're like, you should prepare all the reasons why you have applied for the GKS and like how much effort you put into it. So like those kind of things make you look an ideal applicant, at least to my knowledge.
And especially those who want to change their majors like you,
Right.
should definitely research about what they're gonna study.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah,
Or maybe I
you
should
never know
also
what kind
like,
of questions they'll get, right?
yes, exactly. And like if you're changing majors, it makes them question you more because they don't really know, like, okay, maybe you have a good GPA in one field, but how can they know if you're going to do the same for the other field? So they
Right.
have to assess your knowledge. So like for me, it was not a very quick decision that I made, like just before applying the GKS, but I have actually like done my research for over 1 year. I have like taken some online classes related to international relations. I did an internship related to the desired major that I was going to apply for. So I actually done some preparations beforehand. That's why probably I was able to like get the scholarship even though I have changed my major.
Right. All right. Very good information. And let's talk about entry to South Korea, self-quarantine, and life in Korea.
Yes.
So, how long did it take to receive a visa?
Actually, it was not really long, maybe like 1 week or 8 days. It was like really fast in my case.
Because GKS scholars are privileged to get their visas.
Yes, exactly.
Mhm. All right. So it usually takes about a week or two. Yeah.
Yes,
The
like
2 weeks is the latest. Mhm.
yes, in my country, they told us that it will probably take like around 2 weeks, but it like most of us got our visas earlier than 2 weeks. So it was nice.
And how much did it cost to arrive in Korea in US dollar? So after being selected, what did you spend for?
I didn't really spend for many things, only the PCR test in the airport because like I had to take a fast PCR test and they were not accepting the ones that we received from the public hospitals, but it was have to be in English. So like I have only paid for that, I guess. And it was really cheap, not even maybe like $20 or something.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly, but I didn't really have to pay for many things. Only like once I came to Korea, I had to go to my quarantine hotel, and there was a misunderstanding between my university and the hotel. So first they made me pay for the hotel, and then they have like refunded the money back.
Okay.
So yeah, it was only for like 1 week. Then I got my money back.
All right, but technically you didn't spend any money.
No, not exactly.
Okay. And also the airfare is also reimbursable, right? So did you get it
Yes.
reimbursed?
Actually, they have bought the ticket for me, so I didn't have to
Ah,
like pay for it.
okay, great. And what are must-bring items to Korea?
Hmm. Um, like it depends on your like if you're really tall or like if you have a different skin color than Koreans, probably like those kind of like cosmetic things or like your trousers or maybe like shoes, those kind of things might be hard to find because like it kind of changes from one ethnicity to others to find those kind of things. But your medication, if you are using any kind of medication, you can just get a prescription beforehand because they might ask you for a prescription in the airport and then you can get your medication. And also like your documents that you have submitted to NIAID, like just in case you should bring a copy of your diploma with an authorization and your transcript or maybe like your birth certificate. Those kind of like things might be useful when you're in Korea. So yeah.
Great. And so you said you self-quarantined at a hotel in Seoul?
Yes.
Okay. How long did you do a 14-day quarantine?
No, in my case, it was 10 days, I guess.
10 days.
10 days. I'm
Okay.
not sure, either 10 days or 1 week, but yeah, between those.
Okay. Do you remember which hotel did you stay for self-quarantine?
Um, it was in Myeongdong.
Myeongdong?
Um, yeah, I think it was um
Yes,
Hotel
Myeongdong
Sky Park. Hotel
Hotel
Sky
Sky
Park.
Park. Okay, I've heard of it. And how was the quarantine?
It was nice. It was tolerable. It was kind of boring, of course, because like you're
Boring.
not allowed to, yeah. And the
Uh,
room was
uh,
kind of
mm,
tiny. Yeah,
Tiny? Okay.
yeah.
And how was the
So
meal?
tolerable. Also like because like I have a dietary restriction. I do not eat pork, so I told them. So they were like sending me salads all the time, but it was like at some point eating salads for like 3 times a day. It was kind of um, yeah, too much for me. Like either fruits or salad. Sometimes they were like sending sandwiches. Those were fine. Yeah, but like it was not that diverse. Like their menus were not really diverse,
I
at least
see.
in my case. Yeah.
All right. So, okay, so you started living in Korea uh, in March this year, right?
Right.
Hmm. So, how's South Korea treating you so far?
Great. I'm really happy to be here, and like I really like my school and my like classmates and my professors. They're all really nice. And I was really busy with my first semester with all my classes and my papers. So I don't really feel like I'm living in Korea, but it's more like I'm living in my school, in my library. So I don't really feel like it's Korea right now. But maybe like in the summer break, I can experience it more. Yeah, but so far it was really nice. I didn't experience anything bad, thankfully. Everyone was very nice.
Did you finish your finals?
Actually, I have just submitted my last paper before meeting you.
Oh, really?
Yes. So it's over now.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Your first semester is over.
Yes.
And now you're looking forward to receiving good grades, right?
Yes, hopefully. I'm praying
Mm,
for them.
okay. How many classes did you take for this first semester?
I took 3 classes this
Three
semester.
classes. Is it 9 credits?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, good.
Yeah.
How was
Two
it?
of them were in Korean and
Mm,
one of them was in English. It was really hard in the first place. I had several mental breakdowns because like professors were asking us to read so many articles like for a week. It was like it looked so impossible for me to do. And then I just like learned the system, learned some techniques, and then it became more easier. And I was the only like foreigner student in this semester at my
oh,
like
really?
department. Yeah, everyone was Korean but me
Wow.
this term. So like yeah, so like in some other departments, if there are so many like foreigners, most of the times like Korean professors are trying to, talk more slowly, to be more understandable to international students. But in my case, like since everyone was Korean, they were like, okay, so we're gonna talk fast, and but they were still really nice, but it was kind of
But
hard for me to adapt.
but don't you have a lot of international students on campus?
I do have, but not in my classes. Only my
Meaning
English
that
class.
the
Yeah.
classes you took were very hard to take, I guess.
I figured out lately, but yes, especially
Wow.
like 2 of them. Yeah.
Mm.
One of them actually, like we are only 7, and 4 of us are PhD students. And I was the only freshman, so like it was kind of really hard for me in the beginning. But yeah, thankfully I just yeah submit my paper. So
So
yeah,
did the professors like give you some like extra time or like explanation? No?
like
Did
not extra time.
did they treat you just as another Korean student?
Mostly, yes. Like
Wow.
I didn't get any like extra time, but they were really nice. If I didn't understand something, they of course like offered me more explanation. And there was a student council of our department, and one of my professors asked the head of the council, like she's a freshman and she's an international student, so like take good care of her if she like needs you or if she has a problem. So like they were really nice, but they probably it's because like I can speak Korean. They didn't really feel like I was an international student, so they just treated me as a Korean student mostly. Yeah,
Wow. Your Korean must be really fluent.
I think they're really understanding.
I wish I had interviewed you in Korean,
Oh,
but
yeah,
most of my
next time.
studying Korea dreamers, they mostly speak English.
All right.
Yeah,
And
so
it's really
that's
hard to
why.
put subtitles.
Right. So hopefully, once if my channel grows bigger and bigger, so I can hire maybe you, Korean translator, Korean translator
Sure.
as a Korean translator.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Good career opportunity for me.
Nice. Yeah, I worked with Mr. College Concierge.
Right.
Yeah, hopefully then I became like millions of have a million subscribers or something.
Ooh, yeah. Rooting for you.
Looking forward to it. I need your help.
Sure.
All right. And is your monthly allowance enough to live in Korea? I know you get extra 10만 원,
Yes.
100,000 Korean won because of your
Yeah,
Korean proficiency. You have a topic level 6. So for
exactly.
those who have like topic level 5 and 6 get extra 100,000 Korean won every month. So you
Yes, but
basically get 110만 원, right? Million and
and
100,000
100.
Korean won. So it's about 1,000 US dollars.
Mhm.
Is it enough to live in Korea?
For me, yes, because I mostly just study and eat. So I spent my money for food and like really basic things. Most of the times, I don't really have many things to spend on in Korea. So it was enough for me. And for the extra like scholarship, they don't actually pay you monthly, but they just pay you once in 3 or 4 months. So like you don't really get that every month. But it's actually good. You just unintentionally save some money,
Right.
and they give you like
Then
a big amount of
then when you
money
get
once.
like extra money, you get happy. Oh, I get like extra like 30만 원, 300,000 won at
Yeah,
once.
exactly. It feels better.
Yeah, I think, oh, I won a lottery or something, right?
Right.
Mm.
Yeah, it's pretty much like very enough for me, like for my case, but it has been only 4 months since I came here, so I am not the most experienced person to spend their scholarship money. So maybe like other people might have troubles, but like for my case, it was really enough. And also, sometimes we have in-campus part-time opportunities that we can work in, or like some conferences held by our professors that we can work as a staff member. So those kind of opportunities also like help you with your economic situation.
Right. Have you participated in any of them?
I will participate next week one of my professors' conference.
Okay.
He asked all the class members to participate, so yeah, I will.
All right. And so your finals are just over. They're right
Yes,
before having an interview with me.
exactly.
So do you have any plans for your summer break?
It might sound miserable, but I have to study because like I have a thesis qualification test that I have to pass in order to write my thesis like later on.
Already?
Uh,
This
like
is?
you can start taking it from this next summer break. So I have to take like my test from 3 different fields. So unfortunately, I should start studying, I guess. But maybe like before starting to study for that test, I may have a vacation to Jeju or to Busan but I didn't decide yet. I'm making plans still.
So for now, you don't have any plans to visit your parents in Turkey.
Not this summer break because it has been only 4 months. Probably I'll just visit Turkey after I complete my 1 year in Korea. And also the flight tickets are so expensive at the moment to Turkey. So I
Yeah,
have to
these
like,
days.
yeah,
Mm.
unfortunately, I have to save some money if I want to visit Turkey.
But buy some like skincare products or stuff for your mom, you know? Yeah,
Yes,
because you've
I
saved a lot of money.
right.
Mm.
Yeah, I should do
Because
that.
Korean products are good.
Yeah, she actually like sometimes messages me, buy me this. So
Yeah,
maybe,
so yeah, on weekends go to Myeongdong again
yeah,
and buy some products.
I will.
Okay, since your Korean proficiency is good, let me ask you this. What are some tips to improve Korean?
Hmm. Um, Firstly, like actually for both the daily Korean and also for topic test, the most important thing for me is the knowledge of vocabulary. Like if you know a good amount of vocabulary in Korean, then you're good to take the test or speak in Korean, even though you have a weak grammar knowledge. Like it's not a big problem, you can just learn by time or by practicing. But like if you can memorize so many different vocabularies related to different fields, it really helps, especially with the topic test, because like they, especially in the second like topic 2, they ask you like popular science or like news or like those kind of information, and you should have a very like diverse knowledge of vocabularies. So I think that's the biggest advice I can give.
And what are some tips to practically improve your Korean, like other than preparing for topic?
Oh, okay. Um, in my case, like I was really interested in the speaking part of Korean. So
Mhm.
when I didn't really have many Korean friends, I actually like talk to myself in my room in front of the mirror sometimes, or like I was
Nice.
just shadowing the K dramas that I was watching. And then I have started to use some like apps to exchange languages like Hello Talk or some other applications. And I was like uploading some voice records, and I was asking Korean people to correct my mistakes
Mhm.
in terms of like pronunciation or grammar. And it was also really helpful. And I was also like uploading some texts for my writing skills, and they were still helping me. So that was the most practical thing that I was doing, I guess, to improve my Korean.
Okay. And does Seoul National University offer some programs that you can improve your Korean?
As far as I know, they offer Korean language courses, but I think you have to pay for them. It's not free, but maybe like they have speaking clubs, but I haven't heard of them so far. But especially for exchange students or undergrad students, they have buddy programs that you can be friends with Korean students in the campus, and then you can just practice with them. Probably that's one of the programs that they have.
Okay. Well, since you're too busy with your study, you didn't participate in any of them, right? Yeah.
Yes, unfortunately.
Okay. All right. And two more questions. What are your plans after finishing your master's?
Actually, I'm not 100% sure about my post-graduation plans, but probably either if I like the academic world, the grad school very much, maybe I may apply for a PhD, but I'm not really sure about it right now. First,
Okay.
I have to pass my tests and then write my thesis. And if I feel that I
Mhm.
have the energy and power to, get through the PhD degree, maybe I can do that. But my other plan is to just go to Turkey and take the test of the like Ministry of Foreign Affairs to become a
Oh,
diplomat. Yeah,
Nice.
I want to challenge that one, but I'm not really sure. It's also very competitive, but I will
Mm,
just try it once.
mhm. I'm looking forward to the news.
Sure.
Mhm.
I will let you know.
Then when I visit, look, when if I want to visit Turkey, then please issue me a visa
Oh,
fast.
Korean people do not need visa to visit Turkey, so you can
Oh,
just
really?
yeah. Unfortunately, I
Or
can't
can I get
help.
some help from you?
Yeah,
I'll think
maybe
about it.
I can buy you a Turkish ice cream in Turkey.
Ah,
Oh, you didn't
fun.
like it very
As
much.
a as a diplomat.
Okay, maybe something else.
Oh, then the ice cream must be really like expensive, like made of gold or something.
Okay,
Looking
I'll
forward to
think
it.
about it. Yeah, okay.
All right. Would you say a few encouraging words to our studying Korea dreamers?
Okay, sure.
Mm,
I know the whole process is really tiring and demanding, and like before getting it, it looks very impossible. But actually, like once you do it, you have a really great opportunity to visit Korea and have a really great education. So do not feel discouraged or do not feel hopeless when you have problems in the process. You just like try to find alternative solutions. There's always a solution for the problem that you may face in the process. And you may watch the videos of Mr. College Concierge, so you can always find good tips, yeah, and suggestions. Um, that's my recommendation for you. So just do not be so hard on yourselves in this process, and just imagine the good days before you. Yes.
fighting.
I think.
Hmm. All right. And by the way, you said you have a roommate. Is she Korean?
No, she's a Filipino.
Filipino? Okay.
Yeah.
So you have a good chemistry with her?
Yes, thankfully, she's nice.
Okay. Is she also a GK scholar?
She's a Koika scholar.
Hoika scholar. Okay. Yes. Some of my studying Korea dreamers asked me about Hoika scholarship or some other scholarship like AMA scholarship. It's an
Oh
art
yeah,
scholarship. Yeah.
yeah,
And like postco, like yeah, scholarship. There are so many scholarships in Korea.
right. Thankfully.
But but GKS is the hottest one.
Yes, I
And the
guess.
biggest one. So yeah, this is I've been focusing on this GKS scholarship. So I don't, I also have one body, so I don't have much time.
Right,
So I could deal with like all the scholarships, but yeah, it's very sorry that I cannot deal with everything. So
right. I can understand totally.
yeah, hopefully I can deal with Koika scholarship later if I have a chance too. Mm.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
then I'll
also really
ask you. I'll
possible.
ask you to connect me, to your roommate if
Okay,
possible.
I'll ask. But she's going to graduate soon, so yeah,
Oh, but still,
yeah,
she has like all the memories, in her brain, so I can
yeah,
ask
sure,
her, right? Yeah,
right.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'll
All right,
introduce.
that's it for today. Please do. All right,
Sure.
that's it for today, everybody. If you liked today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification. It means a lot to me. Okay, thanks
Right.
for your time, Elif, and all the best
Sure.
to
It
you.
was a
Mm,
pleasure for me. Thank you.
thanks for sharing all the valuable information. All
Sure.
right. Okay, thanks, everybody. I'll see you next time. See you. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, thanks for watching. Now, enjoy your stay.